I'm Brian, and that's Dez. And every week on PSVR, This Week, we take a look at the VR games that are coming to the PlayStation Store this week.
We gather up all the trailers we could find, all the descriptions we could plagiarize, and condense them down to this video for you.
Sometimes we look at delayed games, or games that are just missing in action altogether.
So without further ado, here's PSVR
This Week. The year is 2174, and the tyrannical Bahram military organization is using new orbital frames robot technology to secure its grip on Mars and Earth. Seizing control of the Jehuti orbital frame, the player is the last hope for the stricken planets. Relive the experience of Zone of the Enders: The Second Runner, with Mars, a full-length remaster of the classic, fast-paced 3D robot action game, recreated in VR, native 4K, and in full surround sound. Enter Jehuti's cockpit and fly through Martian skies. In the scorched wasteland, speed is all that matters. Apocalypse Rider is a VR arcade motorcycle game where you must prevail the high-speed wasteland roads, avoid hostile traffic, and keep surviving, speeding, and riding. Featuring 20 levels of pure VR adrenaline and 5 motorcycles available with dozens of upgrades, relive your road rash memories in this traffic-dodging motorcycle racer.
Firewall via access point to reveal the laptop coordinates and get me in the back door for the hack.
I found the access point over here.
Firewall 0 Hour hasn't even been out a week, but it's already obvious that this is the PlayStation VR game that fans have been waiting for. Despite some issues at launch, most of us have been playing Firewall non-stop since Tuesday, desperately hoping that developer First Contact will sort out their server connection issues and matchmaking problems. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad, as recent update 1.02 keeps your team from being split up when you head online. The developers are aware of other issues, so be patient. They're working hard to make Firewall perfect. And of course, they're considering DLC and new game modes in the future.
Left side!
In Gollum, you play as an adventurous kid who has been seriously injured. You're stuck at home in your bed, dreaming of exploring the outside world. You gradually develop the power to create and control stone creatures known as golems. You see through their eyes, direct their movements, and use them to explore beyond the confines of your room. At first, you can only build small, doll-sized golems to send around your room, but eventually your powers will grow until you can send enormous 15-foot-tall giants to explore an ancient abandoned city. Gollum was originally slated to launch on March 16th of this year, but here we are 6 months later, and still, nothing, until now. Developer Highwire Games confirmed this week that Gollum is on track to launch before the end of 2018. This was one of the first games revealed for PlayStation VR, so we're really looking forward to finally playing it. A bird's peaceful summer slumber is disturbed by the majestic call of a mysterious owl. Enticed to swallow the last piece of the waning moon, bird is blown far from its Golden Gate home. Unscramble celestial puzzles and create miniature musical worlds, reawaken shadowy forests, and bring life back to sparkling lakes. Discover hidden creatures, help the bird reunite the fragmented moon, and find its way home. Brought to you by developer Phenomena's uniquely diverse team, Loon will launch on PlayStation VR later this fall. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to PSVR
this week. We'll be back next week to tell you about all the VR games coming to the PlayStation Store.
But keep in mind that no one outside of Sony really knows what games are coming when.
But we'll do our best to keep you up to date each and every week on PSVR
This week.